What is up, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today we are doing a brand new video about Geopolitical Simulator 5. We're going to be talking about a major change that is coming in this brand new update that will be coming, I believe, within the next week or two. As of 9/26, Pericles does say that it is 2 weeks from now. Seems possible. This is very up to change, and it could become earlier, it could come later. But basically, just the TLDR of the entire situation is if you have the game right now, you will notice that there is an impossibility of you being able to grow your economy, to grow a sector, or to even release products as in the CEO mode. So that has come to the attention of Eversim pretty much on day one, and it has been a long process of trying to figure out how to fix this issue. Now, what they're going to be doing in this next update is they're going to be hitting two birds with one stone. One of the biggest bugs, and I always tried to kind of say whether it was a bug or not, but it has been confirmed by Eversim that yes, this is a bug. Now, if you have played Geopolitical Simulator 1, Rulers of Nations, Masters of the World, Power and Revolution, Geopolitical Simulator 4, you will have noticed, you will always have come across this issue that when you sign a contract, you will notice a massive influx of inflation, growth, and just this basically would just drive your economy insane, and you as the player would drive you insane as well. So what is going to be fixed in this next update is that growth bug is going to be fixed. How is it going to be fixed? It is going to be fixed alongside the sector growth bug by this. So this is a quote from Pericles. I hope I'm saying that. I'm saying Pericles or Pericles. I think it's Pericles now that I'm reading it again. This is him replying to a comment on Discord. Someone saying, how goes the work on the 1.07 patch? Did you guys find any new clues to somewhat fix the major economic bugs? And then after that, he did say that the estimated time of release is going to be 2 weeks from now. But his reply to that comment was, it's complicated, and this is an understatement. We had many issues with head of state contracts. The prices are back with correct numbers, and the negotiations now make sense. Meantime, according to our game design, this is the change that's going to be happening. And so tell me you guys' comments or thoughts on this down below. So I thought this was kind of weird when I saw this. I was wondering how the community was going to react to this, but some of the bigger names in the community like AMN and King Pipolo, they have pretty much said that this is actually a really good idea. So it says, only strategic and nationalized sectors will now be able to make contracts as the head of state. So basically this means that contracts will essentially be removed from the game unless you have nationalized that sector. The reasoning behind this is because this is realistic. This is his quote. This is realistic considering that most of your growth should come from the companies acting on their own, but this reduces the weight contracts will have on the economy. We need to find a way to stimulate the growth. So they're trying to find a way that you are still going to be able to stimulate growth or create growth as the head of state. So I actually brought this up with him whenever he initially revealed this to me, and basically I said, so there has to be a way for you to be able to create growth. There has to be a way because essentially from what I know right now, if they were to just remove the contract phase and then just go straight into the update, basically the only way we would be able to directly fluctuate growth is through direct tax policy. So that would be the income tax, the company tax, the financial transaction tax, everything like that. Moving on from what he said, we'll have to find a way to stimulate the growth. So now what I'm wondering is, are they going to add a different way for us to stimulate growth in the game as the contract option is removed from the game? So let me clarify right here. The contract system is not being removed from the game. You are still going to be able to create contracts as a head of state. The difference is that instead of a contract being signed by you, the head of state, every single time, the companies will handle that system themselves. But If you have it nationalized or somewhat nationalized, then you can still create those contracts. I think it has to be fully nationalized in order to do it. So it says strategic or nationalized sectors. So nationalized sectors is pretty obvious. So that can be any sector that you have nationalized, or at least you have nationalized that specific company. But strategic, that's going to be things like military, that's going to be things like your tanks, planes, missile launcher systems, everything like that. Your entire military industrial complex. That is going to still be able to have contracts signed by the head of state. But other strategic, I think it will also include like electricity. I would maybe think strategic could clarify into energy, some sort of energy sector, or maybe the entire energy sector. I don't know yet, so I'm gonna have to clarify with them what strategic means. But strategic, I'm 100% certain that that is going to be referring to the military industrial complex that is still going to be able to have contracts signed for it. So, again, the way this is going to work is that when you sign a contract, you have to have that nationalized sector under your control in order to be able to sign contracts. While it is privatized, that contract is going to be handled by the companies and you will not have any sort of control over those contracts. Now, this is realistic according to Pericles and myself, because I actually agreed with him whenever it came to this realism aspect. This is realistic as the head of state doesn't go around being the chief businessman, even though the game has like framed you as that, but that's more of like a gameplay mechanic that they put in. But the realistic option is for them to dedicate that over to the companies instead of the head of state having to handle every single contract. Now, what I'm wondering is that the AI is going to be handling their own contracts, their own import, their own export contracts. Now, what I'm interested in is to see how that could translate into a random recession. Maybe the prices become too expensive. Maybe the companies like import too much and then it starts crashing their companies. They start dissolving their companies. And then maybe it like turns you into a recession or something like that. So possibly there is a some type of scenario in a way, maybe that you could see a recession pop up, not because of you increasing taxes, but because the companies are unable to pay for certain products or something like that. So then that makes things like exonerations and subsidies a lot more important in this next update. But I will be previewing the update as soon as it comes out. I am not working for about the next week, so I do start work next Monday on the 7th of October. So if it comes out after October 7th, I'll try to get a video out or stream at least after that is released. So I do look forward to this update. I wanted to get this out to you guys and just see what you guys' thoughts were on it, see what you guys would suggest or anything like that. There should be a couple of polls that Eversim will be contacting me about. Basically, these polls will be talking about gameplay mechanics and everything like that. Nothing's going to be removed, but it's basically just talking about what you guys do in the game, like what kind of things you do, like macro management, micromanagement, anything like that. Eversim is basically going to be wanting to know how you play the game, and then this will reflect on how future updates will move forward, or maybe even future suggestions, features, everything like that. There's definitely a conversation about the military being expanded upon or changed in a way. So I know they're not going to be removing features from the military, but that is at least a conversation that the military could see a change within maybe the next year or something like that. That's my own timetable. That is not a timetable that they gave me. So take that with a grain of salt and take everything I say with a grain of salt unless I am quoting it from Eversim themselves. I am just a humble content creator, so sometimes I will be wrong. But Guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Tell me your thoughts down below on this new contract system that will be coming in this next update. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.